Hey everyone, my name is Alyssa Biber and this is my community presentation. Today we're going to be looking at specifically the town that I live in within Delaware County, Pennsylvania, which is Drexel Hill, PA. Looking here, we're going to look into some of the demographics, and I just want to note that from neighborhoodscout.com, as of 2018, the total population is about 28,088 residents within Drexel Hill, PA. And looking more specifically at the top of the page in the age bracket that most of the residents fall into within this area is between 35 and 54 years old at 27.8%. That data also came from the same website within the same year, 2018. And if you look down below at the race and ethnic diversity, we see that 71.8% of the population is Caucasian, 15.6% of the population is African American, 0.0% is American Indian or Alaskan Native, 5.4% of the population is Asian American, another 0.0% for Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islanders, 3.3% of people identifying as an other race or two or more races, and 4.0% of the population being Hispanic or Latino. And all of those statistics came out of the same year, 2018, with the same data. But if you look over here to the bigger race and ethnic diversity in Drexel Hill, PA, coming from citydata.com, it's a little bit more updated, coming from 2019 compared to 2018 at the other ones. And some of the numbers are fairly close, still looking like the same range. And we're going to look a little bit more deeper into some more demographics of this area. And it looks like that for the population of 25 years or over, which is majority of our population, and all of this is reported from city data in 2019, it looks like 95.9% of the population has a high school diploma or higher, 41.9% of the population has obtained a bachelor's degree or higher, and 14.9% of the population has a graduate or professional degree. 3.1% of the population is unemployed. And continuing to look down, it looks like in Drexel Hill, per capita, the average income is about $39,000, comparing that to the overall United States of America. And then also looking at the median household income of Drexel Hill, that looks like $71,326, comparing to the overall United States. And it looks like that individuals who fall below the poverty level are only at 7.3%. And over here on the other side of the screen, it looks like you see some more in detail some of the employment industries, the people within the population of Drexel Hill and where they work. And the most popular here is healthcare at 19.4%. Then we have education at 11.9%, and then just keeps going down. Now let's look at the crime within Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. So it looks like that crime index is 54. So Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania seems to be 54% more safe than most US cities, as 100 being the safest. And then it looks like the most amount of crimes here are property crimes, at 222 overall at 7.9%, and violent crimes being about 100 less, give or take. Drexel Hill is, like I said, only a town within a county. So I would say for, most of the towns that this is a pretty good information. That it doesn't speak to saying that Drexel Hill is the worst town, but it's not also saying that it's 100% safe neither. And we're going to look forward ahead at some more of the formal institutions and informal institutions around Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. And overall in Delaware County, there is a lot of different places, schools and stuff that we have to offer here, but more so closer in Drexel Hill, a lot of the major ones in this area is Upper Darby High School, down below at the bottom here. It's actually the high school that I attended. And over here, Garrettford Elementary School, which is a local elementary school. And within the Upper Darby School District, there are various elementary schools within the area. There's actually probably about one or two other elementary schools in the Drexel Hill area, pictures that I did not post here. In addition to Garrettford, there's Aaronic Elementary School and also Hillcrest Elementary School. And then right here, Drexel Hill, we have a local community cheer and football league, the Drexel Hill Raiders. They are very popular within this community, and the town, everybody loves to get involved, and their children involved in playing football and doing cheerleading, especially during the summertime. And then some of the other places here to offer in Drexel Hill are big shopping areas like ShopRite. This is a major grocery store within our area. Wawa's, gotta have a Wawa. They're almost on every single corner, and they're very similar to some people who don't know what a Wawa is like a grocery setting, but more of like a fast food in between. And also over here, Mass Public Transportation, which is SEPTA. We have tons of trolley, buses, lines that run all through the county, and this picture right here specifically is running through Drexel Hill. And looking closer at a map of the area, Drexel Hill is fairly a big area, because you can see within, like you'll see Drexel Hill over here, and then there's a bunch of different names of areas. They like to break more down, but overall, this is the whole area of Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. A little bit more in detail. Like I said, you can see the high school over here, and some other major points. And over here, this just breaks it down a little bit closer into some of the streets that you can see. And now it's time to do an assessment. Is your community a good community? Well, for Drexel Hill, like I said, I'd like to say that yes, if we are 50-some% more safe than most cities in the United States, then this is a safe area. I don't ever feel unsafe to go outside of my home. There's a bunch of local police stations in our area. There's actually a bunch of people who are police officers that live locally in my community right here, and that alone just helps me feel safe. Do we have adequate goods and services? Although I'm sure, like most other towns in the United States, due to COVID-19, we are starting to get low on some goods and services. But yes, I'd like to say we have a lot of adequate goods and services. Like I said, having Wawas on almost every single corner, and everybody, does their part within the community of making those goods and services happen for each other. And yes, I would like to say that we have good community relationships. Um, Prior to me moving to Drexel Hill, PA, I lived in Clifton Heights, which is a town over from Drexel Hill. And just a prime example right there, within that community, the school district in our county or township is trying to create another middle school on a community ground where they have a PAL league. And a lot of the residents were not too happy about that. So, the community really comes together. And, I see it on Facebook, social media. They have pages for all of our communities. So people are looking out for each other constantly, posting that they have lost dogs. So I would really like to say, and since I've been here for a year, that we do have a really good relationship with our community, because when big things come together like that, and if there's a huge disagreement in the community, people come together, they stand up, they speak out, they get people involved, and do what's right for the community. In addition, I'd like to say yes, that we have a lot of good values and goods. Like I said before, going up into the adequate goods and services. I also starred the whole person principle. This area, not only just Drexel Hill, but Delaware County as a whole, we really do have that whole person principle. Because, a lot of people you've either grown up with, like, each other. So for example, a lot of the people that I've grown up with going through school, they're now becoming teachers. And so my children will go to these schools and have them as a teacher, or have the teachers that I had when I was in school. And it's really great to see that. So with saying that, I would say, honestly, we really do have a lot of predictability and familiarity within this area. If there's something that is just unfamiliar to us, we're not all the exact same type of person living in this community, but we do have a lot of good common ground, but everything is pretty predictable. We don't have random violent crimes happening and we're figuring, where did this come from? So in addition, I'd like to also say that we do have a recognizable social structure within this community. And for sure, we have definitely lots of opportunities. And I also starred the last one. Because like I said, while everybody is not the exact same individual, because the community has to have a good makeup of all different types of background in order to make that community go. We can't have the community of everybody all struggling. So we do generally have, and especially as like you could see in all the data and statistics, a good variety of everything within the community, but we definitely have everybody that's in this community with a common goal. So overall, that was my community project.